Hi, I'm Josh Weisbrod.
And I am Ruben Miranda.
And we're here to talk to you about some comics that are coming out tomorrow, or today. When is this airing?
It's tomorrow at Forbidden Planet.
Yes.
Favorite comic shop.
Yes. Alright, so first up, some offbeat titles that'll be coming out. We're getting a new iZombie. I don't know if you guys picked up the last issue, but it was real great. This is issue number 2. I believe we still have some issue number 1s.
We have plenty of them. You got to come in and check this book out.
Oh, you got to. That's great. Yeah, it's about a woman who is a zombie. You know, it's hard to tell by looking at her because she keeps herself looking nice by eating brains every night. And it's drawn by Mike Allred.
Fantastic artist.
Very good, very good. And the Chris Roberson is in charge of the story. Come in and pick it up.
Just mentioned part of the mainstream is the new revision of the original Avengers Origin. Finally, number 3 is here, halfway through the story, where, as I said, it's a revision of how the Avengers were formed, the original Avengers, to tie in with the new Avengers goings on. It's a hot item. It's very, very good. Now you, Josh.
Okie dokie. Well, another thing that's coming out, also from Vertigo, Sweet Tooth is coming out again this week. You got to read Sweet Tooth because, yo, this is intense. And it's gonna make you crazy. It's about the end of the world. There's a kid who is, he has antlers. A lot of people are born, a lot of children are born with animal parts. He's the only one that can talk. A lot of stuff going on. It is Jeff Lemire, the guy who also did The Nobody. We have the first trade in case you have missed the first 5 issues. So you know, definitely check it out. It's pretty mad sweet.
Well, speaking of trades, we just got a restock of the classic, another Origin retelling. That's just coincidence. The Frank Miller, John Romita Jr. Daredevil story, The Man Without Fear. It's like detailed fleshing out of the Daredevil origin. Gorgeous art by Romita Jr. I think Al Williamson's the inker, I hope, since I mentioned it. Beautifully drawn, fantastically well-written book. Look, you even get a script for the original, etc. It's a great book. You should pick it out. Pick it up. It's an important part of any superhero collection.
If you've never read Daredevil before, it's a great place to start because it is his origin.
He's right.
Another thing that's coming out, this bulletproof coffin. This is a brand new thing. It's pretty sweet looking on the inside. It's got a nice, like, you know, 1950s, 60s sci-fi feel going on. They even have an example of this. It's about a guy who goes into people's houses and steals their stuff. So no matter what your, you know, sort of feelings are about that sort of thing, it's also got some. It's also got some really cool, like, you know, throwbacks to 50s cartoons, you know, or 50s comic books. It's some pretty cool looking stuff. I've never seen this before until today when I was looking at it, and I was just like, wow, I gotta get this.
I'm getting one.
That's something I don't usually say about stuff. That's not true. I say that about stuff.
Speaking of John Romita, there's a fantastic book about the Romita legacy, John Romita Sr. and Jr. John Romita Sr. took over for Steve Ditko when he had to lead the Spider-Man book in the 60s, and as great as Ditko was in that book, as classic as it was, Spider-Man didn't really take off in sales until Romita came onto the book and kind of streamlined the art and made it more accessible. This is a gorgeous book that discusses his style and his history and his impact on comics. That's a good one there. I didn't expect that. But there's a bunch of stuff, a bunch of illustrations, obviously, painting stuff that's not published elsewhere, as well as more familiar stuff that we know about. A very famous splash page there that was used in that film, one of those films. Beautiful stuff, gorgeous drawings by one of the true giants of the field. Look at that gorgeous thing from the younger Romita. And there is a Senior versus Romita feature in the book as well, so you can compare the two and have fun doing so. It's a beautiful book. It's on our shelves. Somebody should take a look. You should all take a look. It's wonderful. Josh.
All right. Also this week, very last Ninja Turtles comic coming out from Mirage Studios. This is the end, and it actually takes place in the during the '80s series between issues 19 and 20, I believe.
That's the vintage logo.
Yeah, they have the vintage logo. If you prefer the new logo, actually, there is also an alternate cover. It's just got the regular logo. Although,
That's
you know,
the both worlds. As
yeah,
it
if
were.
you start reading from this end though, it's going to be upside down, and you're going to start at the end. So you might want
Give you a
to,
headache.
yeah, you might want to start with the regular cover here. Michael Dooney, frontispiece as usual. Jim Lawson, the premier Ninja Turtles storyteller, is doing the penciling, and Eric Talbot, as he did in the 80s, is inking and toning this story. It's during the Return to New York storyline. You know, as somebody who has every single Ninja Turtle comic book ever, it's really hard for me to see it go, but at least they're going out with a bang. And at least it's Jim Lawson. This is the one that everybody has been waiting for. It's like great return to the roots. It actually, you know, fits squarely into the Turtles continuity. It's something people are really going to like.
Speaking of continuity, last time we were here, Josh mentioned this book only in passing, only to say that there was another book that was better than it. But this is a fantastic read. It's a major crossover in the DC mythos, and it's got gorgeous art and a fantastic story by what's his face, Brad Meltzer, right?
Grant Morrison.
Grant Morrison. Grant Morrison is what I meant to say, and it's a terrific book, despite Josh panning it.
I'm so sorry about that. You know, I just said something very controversial, but I didn't say that it was bad. I just
You
said the
didn't
other
say
one
that it
was
was
better.
bad. That's
Yeah.
true.
And you know, you should definitely read it. You should read everything Grant Morrison's ever done. We have a whole section right here.
Except for
Forbidden
Skrull
Planet.
Kill Crew, you can skip that one.
Oh, okay.
There's also a new collection of DMZ, a wonderful book by Brian Wood and somebody else, a few other people. But it's a great story. If you're familiar with it, then you know it's terrific. If you're not, it's New York City as a demilitarized zone, and it's the center of a new civil war in the United States about an embedded journalist in that location, and it's great and a lot of fun.
Hey,
Some more, Josh?
yes, I do. If you guys like mice and medieval ages and stories about,
Doesn't like those things.
yeah, everybody likes that. New Mouse Guard book out this week. It's not actually, a regular part of the series. It's another book entirely. And although we do have the hardcovers and paperbacks of Mouse Guard as well. Great series. It's about a mouse who's a knight. This has a lot of different stories by a lot of different people, and you can just jump on and read it. I just jumped on and read it, and I had a great time. And lots of different stuff.
I like segues. I was talking about Brian Wood a moment ago, and there's also continuing, well, toward the end of this miniseries demo, it's a second such miniseries, and basically it's they're vignettes. Each one is a vignette, a very well realized vignette, just a short story about certain characters, beautiful artwork, extremely expressive artwork by Becky Cloonan, and very dramatic and wonderful little vignettes about characters in transition. A wonderful book. We do have the collection of the first such thing, and eventually there'll be a collection of this, but there's that one issue that's new and probably very, very good.
You can just fly right in.
Yes. Speaking of flying, there's no flying. There is some flying
There
in
is some
this.
flying. There's
We
some
have the new.
perverse flying.
There's a
going on.
lot of perverse stuff going on in Garth Ennis's The Pro, a very notorious book for good reasons. It's a great book. It's about can I say hooker? It's about a hooker who gains a prostitute. That's a better word, I
Yeah.
suppose. Who
A woman. I don't want to
woman
say
of
what
the
she
night.
does. Yeah.
She hooks for a living, but she is a prostitute. Anyway,
But she uses her superpower.
but she becomes a superhero, or
Yeah.
she gains superpowers, that is, in this book. It's actually a superhero satire, if you haven't guessed. And it's a one-off that was done years ago, but it's as important today as it was when it was first published.
Oh yeah.
It's loads of laughs, quite seriously, and a great book for any collection. It's a tremendous amount of fun. It really...
I read it twice in a row.
it's one of those revisionist
That was
kind of
just
thing,
today.
a modern revision of certain superhero
You gotta watch
aspects.
out when you're on the subway reading that. Kids
Yeah.
around.
Yes, you can get into
Very,
trouble.
very curious about that.
Speaking of superhero revisions, it's also Irredeemable, Mark Waid's book for Boom that's been going on for a little while. The new issue is out. Irredeemable follows the adventures of a superhero, somewhat Miracle Man-like superhero, who gets very upset when his superhero secret identity is revealed, and goes on pretty much on a rampage. It's a great book. It's a lot of fun.
Not a nice person.
Not a nice person, but that's just some of the stuff that we'll have at Forbidden Planet tomorrow, among many, many others.
So come on right down and get everything that we have, because you're gonna have a great night if you do.
Please do.